What's up, guys? XP Master here, and today we're stepping into the epic world of Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. Let's see what this DLC has in store for us. Shadow Realm, there's a completely different power scaling system in the game, and today I'm going to be showing you how to increase your power level in the Shadow Realm without having to fight any bosses in the game, and no spoilers whatsoever. This revolves around getting the Scadutree Fragments, which is going to increase your attack power and defensive stats in the Shadow Realm. This is a really interesting way that they've allowed you to get a whole bunch of new things in this area that won't become too powerful outside of the realm. So you really can't be over leveled or under leveled for this zone, because these Scadutree Fragments really do dictate the power level that you have within this area. So we're going to be starting from the initial site of grace that you get to once you zone in, and you can hop onto your horse here. And if we head directly down this way, we want to go down this path, and you will come over to the location called the Church of Consolation. I would also recommend picking up the map, which you can find in this area right here. All you need to do is just follow this road, and you're going to find a church here. And if you just run inside of it, in front of this headless statue is going to be two Scadutree Fragments. Now from here go back to the gravesite plain site of grace, hop back on your horse, and we're going to run directly past the streets where I have that little blue icon over there. At this statue right next to the waterfall is where you're going to get your first Spirit Hash blessing. You need Scadutree Fragments to be able to power up, and Reverd Spirit Ash blessings to increase the strength and defense of your Spirit Ashes. There's actually one hidden Scadutree Fragment that you can find here as well. If you go from this location, you kind of go around to the edge of where this town is. You can go over here, and I found this completely on accident near where all these steps are. There's actually going to be a group of enemies that spawn in this location, and this one with a pot right here, if you kill it, will actually drop a Scadutree Fragment for you, so make sure to grab that one. There's a lot of dogs and stuff around there as well, but just kill all the enemies around there and pick up your fragment. You can also pick up the Scorched Ruins site of grace right here, and then if you head a little bit farther north, you're going to find another site of grace, and one of the Michaela's crosses here on travel. Just be careful of that fire giant at the foot of every Michaela's cross that you find. So anytime you see one of these, you're going to want to approach them, because they will have a Scadutree Fragment there. So it's really handy to keep an eye out for these. Now, like I said, we're not going to be fighting any bosses to achieve any of these goals, but if we run this way, I'm gonna show you. We're actually going to be heading out east across this bridge all the way over to the castle front gates, and just before you get to the castle front side of grace, you're going to see another headless statue here for another fragment. Now you can continue through this area and up around this corner right here. You're going to find the castle and his checkpoint, as well as another Michaela's cross, where there will be another fragment. Now you can choose to fight the boss inside of Castle Ennis, which will be a shortcut out to the other side here, but like I said, we don't need to fight any bosses to actually do this, so we're actually going to head back to the site of grace. Now at the site of grace, we're going to head west through this little mountain with the archways, and at the end of this is going to be another site of grace, as well as another Michaela's cross. Okay, so we pick what we come for. Now from this site of grace we're going to head east back down the hill, and we need to make our way through these mountains. You're going to make your way through the mountains and then out over to this location over here. Just kind of go around this corner here, and you really don't have to fight anything along this path if you don't want to. There's plenty of things to explore along this area, and from the site of grace you just need to continue following this road southwest. There's gonna be another one of these enemies at the end of this, in this graveyard that have the pot. You're gonna want to keep an eye out for these throughout your gameplay, because each one of those will have one of the fragments inside of them. Also, if you turn back and follow this mark, there's a little swamp right here, and on the other side of this swamp is another one of these statues where you can pick up the Revered Spirit Ash to level up your summons. So when you pick up these Revered Spirit Ash, if you fast travel back to the three path cross here and just head a little bit north, you're gonna find the Great Bridge North, site of grace, where you're gonna find this burnt down town. Now what we needed to do is head through this town, and just on the other side is going to be another item that we can use to upgrade our summons. I will speed up this a little bit for you. You're gonna wanna go right back here, and there's going to be another one of these dead statues around all these little bags that are a little bit of a pain, but still they are not too much for us. Now you're going to want to fast travel back to the castle front site of grace, and then from the site of grace you're going to head east, and there's actually a little path back here that you can follow. If you like video till now, subscribe to help channel grow. So just hop down this little ledge here and then follow the road kind of like southeast, and then where this path splits you're going to want to take the left path here, and you can see the Michaela's cross just ahead of us. Pick up this fragment, and you might as well pick up the site of grace too. This location is just on the edge right here. So after you pick up everything you can fast travel back to the castle front again, and from the graveside plains what we're gonna, and then from this site of grace we're gonna do the same path that we did last time, except instead of following the road we're actually going to go down into this little area down here, and you're just gonna follow this road south. At the fork in the road you're going to turn left. There is a dungeon over there on the right if you want to pick up the site of grace that's over there. We're basically just going to keep going down into this area. Once you get to the swampy area we're going to go directly across, and we're going to start heading over to where that shack is over on the distance over there. Now once you get up to this shack you're gonna look for this little object that you need to slap. I believe it is right around here somewhere. Yeah, it's going to be right here. You're gonna see some markers here. If you slap this it's gonna unlock this updraft for you. Now what you can do, there's two different things you can do here. This is a very big jump. If you kind of go in at this angle looking kind of just almost north, and then hop, it's going to take you all the way up, and then we'll land here and then there's going to be another updraft just over here. Now this is the one where there's two different things that can happen. You can either jump directly into the castle that's above, or you can jump to the right and avoid the castle completely. It's up to you what you want to do, but if you kind of turn left, you'll end up in the castle to a shortcut to this site of grace, which is pretty awesome. You can completely avoid this and pick second site of grace, but there is one more site of grace to pick, and this actually completely allows us to bypass one of the first bosses in the game, which is in Castle Ennis, and then we have free access to this entire back area now. Now from this site of grace, you're going to go along this road right here, and we're going to go through this tunnel. Just continue along this road, and then up here on the left you're going to see a little encampment. There's quite a few enemies around here, but what you can do is, if you go inside of this encampment, there's going to be a statue right here with another tree fragment, and you can run directly through. And then we're going to follow this road and then up and to the left. So just turn around this corner and then head back towards this castle. We're going to see another Michaela's Cross and the Site of Grace, which is right here on the map. Now from this Site of Grace we're gonna head northwest to that church directly over there. Now once you get up to this church, once you go inside, you will be invaded. All you need to do is run up to the statue at the very end, pick up the fragments and run away. You will get 2 for going inside of there. I will also speed up these for you, and we will see at the next location. And then from here you can just turn around, and we're gonna head down into this little encampment just north of this area. Inside of this little encampment, next to another statue, is going to be another fragment. Just kind of watch out for the giant dead tree that's here. So now, as you see from here, you can pick up the Scadutree Fragment, and after that we're gonna go back at Site of Grace. If you like video till now, subscribe to help channel grow. Now from the Site of Grace you can again go north, and you can also pick the map of this region. After you pick up the map, you're going to want to head southeast. We're going to be going down this road and then into this little lake area here. You're going to see a bunch of those weird little worm boys and then another friendly statue. After you collect this, it's gonna be last fragment for the video, and we head back to Site of Grace to show you what we collect. Now, with all of these fragments that I've shown you in this video so far, you should be able to get to Scadutree Blessing 8 and Reverd Spirit Ash Blessing 3. This is a pretty significant increase to your damage and defenses. I was started off at 673, and after we apply all the fragments I will currently be at 1043 now, and this is a pretty significant increase to your attack power and defense in the game. And that's it for today, Tarnished. If you enjoyed the journey through Shadow of the Erdtree, don't forget to drop a like, leave a comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button for more epic Elden Ring content. XP Master signing off. See you in the lands between.